So I've had sex before, and one of the things that can happen when you have sex is you can have a kid. I personally don't have any kids. I've had sex before, but I don't have any kids. And like kids are like kind of like the byproduct of sex. So I know people who have kids. I don't know many people who have kids. I know that there are people who have kids. Like I know there are kids out there, and like people just keep making them. Like these kids, they come out of the woodwork. I actually hear people get paid to have kids by the government. It's a really cool job. It's called being a lazy piece of shit. But I'd like to have a kid eventually one day. I'd like to talk to my kid like he's a person. I don't want to baby him. I'm not gonna call him like, "Hey, baby," and be like, "Hey, insert name," or like, "Hey, human." Like, look at this. This is a tree. Do you want to go climb it? You probably can't because you're a baby. But like, look at it. It's really green and stuff. Or like, "Hey, kid, like, look at all this grass. Do you want to go roll around in some grass?" And he's gonna be like, "Wow, like this is awesome. Like, I totally love being outside. Like, show me some more stuff, Dad." And like, "All right, come on with me. Like, check out warfare. Let's go look at poverty." And he's gonna be like, "Dad, I'm a baby. Show me like that alphabet or something." And I'm gonna be like, "All right, kid. Like, here's how to talk." And I'm gonna teach him how to talk. I'm gonna teach him how to like interact with people. It's gonna be a real damn good kid, honestly. So I'm gonna have this kid one day. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm hungry." And I'm like, "Hey, kid, you know what food is?" And the kid's gonna be like, "No, Dad. Like, what's food?" And I'm like, "Hey, kid, come with me. Like, let me show you what food is." And I'm gonna take him to the kitchen. And he's gonna be like, "Wow, Dad, look at all these empty cupboards. Like, where's all the food?" And I'm like, "Well, kid, it's in the refrigerator. We keep our food cool these days. It's 2018. We have refrigerators, and they're kind of unnecessary for some foods." And then I'm gonna teach him about like flour and like sugar and like curing meats and mashing his own potatoes up, all that food stuff. And then he's gonna be like, "Dad, what if I don't want to make my own food? What if I just want to buy it? What if I'm a rich, wealthy man?" I'm like, "Well, kid, you can go to all these restaurants." And kid's gonna be like, "Dad, what's a restaurant?" And I'm gonna be like, "Well, hop in the car with me." And he's like, "Dad, what's a car?" And I'm like, "Well, come to the car with me. We'll find out." And I'll throw him in the car seat, in the passenger seat where you put your child in his car seat in the passenger seat. You don't do that, or so I'm told. I've actually never had a kid and don't really know. So I'm gonna take my kid to all these food restaurants, and he's gonna be like, "Dad, is that Chipotle? Dad, what's McDonald's? Dad, look at all these advertising. Dad, I'm being overwhelmed by all this sensory, like all these people are trying to sell me this food, and all this food isn't necessarily good for me. Dad, what do I eat?" And I'm like, "Whoa, kid, like calm down. Like you're just experiencing like being a human, like all these choices." And I'm gonna sit him down, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, Dad, thank you." And then he's gonna be like, "Dad, can we like go get a drink? I'm thirsty." I'm like, "Whoa, kid, you're way too young to drink. But let's go to a bar because we got to know what bars are." So probably around the age of like 6 to 10, I'm gonna teach my kid about alcohol, because if you teach your kid about alcohol really young, he's gonna be like, "Ooh, this is disgusting. I never want to drink this," because like kids' taste buds are not conditioned for alcohol. Kids' taste buds are conditioned for candy, cake, lots of sweets, not alcohol. So he's gonna be like, "Ooh, this is disgusting. I'm never gonna drink it." And be like, "Haha, it's a joke. You're gonna love it." And he's like, "Dad, I'm really tired. I got a lot of homework to do, and it's gonna be a late night. What do I drink? Do I drink like a juice box?" I'm like, "No, kid, you drink coffee." So I'm gonna have my 4-year-old right out of the womb drinking coffee. Maybe. Really depends on what the kid likes to drink. I'm not gonna force anything down my kid's throat. I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, kid, you can't have Brussels sprouts," or, "Hey, kid, you can't do, you can't drink a lot of water," because you can. You can do a lot of things. You just teach your kid like right and wrong.